Hi and welcome. So today I want to talk about how your fear of emotions might be getting in the way of you resolving your emotional eating. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and emotional eating expert. And I wanted to touch in on emotions and our fear of really feeling them, because emotional eating is at the core of really about emotions. And I think we sometimes forget that because we're sold to do this diet or that diet or over exercise and to control our body, control our hunger, to willpower our way. And we really don't understand what's going on under the surface. And so I was really very much the same way. I thought it was such something I had to control. I had to control my body. It was something external to me. And when I dug deeper, I realized that the deeper root and core was really about my emotions. And so this is what I see time and time again with clients. And, our society is really set up to help us distract from emotions, not really know what emotions are, to not be able to be with them, to dismiss them. And we're set up with a lot of things to distract us from them. And one of them is food. And we learn from a really young age to not be with our emotions. It's not just us, it's our parents and caregivers not able to acknowledge our emotions, see, hear us, and to really help us with that. And so what can happen is that we learn to be afraid of our emotions or feel ashamed of them. We feel like if we express them, we might get in trouble, and we really don't know how to be with them. And then it becomes very uncomfortable for us because we're not taught that these sensations and emotions are okay to feel and have. And we weren't given sort of the safety by our parents or caregivers to really process and be with those emotions, and they weren't able to regulate us. And so what I see happening is that we really can be afraid of our emotions, thinking we're going to drown in them, we're going to be taken over by them, that we'll never be able, we'll just drown in the sadness or whatever emotion is coming up. And this really isn't the case. Our emotions are there to give us information. There are data you can think of. They're giving us information about our environment, about what we're experiencing. And if we really listen to their message, we can hear the insight they have, or even if we have a limiting belief or a limit on ourselves. So emotions are so vital and important. And when we've been shut off from them for so long, they try to get louder and louder and get our attention. And so, when we're emotionally eating and the emotions are getting louder and louder, it just triggers in our brain to go towards food, because that is the coping mechanism we've learned. That's the pattern we've learned, that whenever we feel discomfort, uncomfortable emotions, we go towards food. And our brain loves efficiency, so that pattern becomes really deeply ingrained and automatic. And so this fear of our emotions is keeping us stuck, because we do everything like the willpower, the latest diet, and the latest tip or trick to try to get out of our emotional eating when we really need to face our emotions. And of course, emotional eating is multifaceted. There are other elements to it, but this is one key area that we really need to focus on and dive deeper into, understanding our emotions and going into this pattern. Because, we're just so used to not being with emotions. It's almost like undiscovered territory, but it holds so much information and power for us and can help us move forward. And so how I work with this with clients is that, we might have been in environments that it didn't feel safe to feel. And so, of course, we created this coping pattern. We didn't want to show our emotions. Maybe we thought we'd be in trouble or we wouldn't be loved. And so we have to learn now how to feel safe feeling our emotions, how to create that safety in ourselves so that we can see our emotions and we know we have emotions, but we are not our emotions, that we can contain them and really be with them and hear them. And so this is a process where we learn to feel safe in the body so that we can process through the emotions, allow them to be felt, to resolve them and integrate them. And, from that space, hear the messages they have so we can create change in our life. And it doesn't have to be dramatic change. It can be very small or no change at all, just learning to be with emotions and hearing them. And so this is a step-by-step process, and I guide clients through this in one-to-one work, and they also have their own meditations they can do on their own once they really get a hang of the process. The beauty of working with me is that they get to learn how to regulate themselves, and to have someone there not judging them for their emotions and allowing them to be and guiding them in that process. And that can be very, very helpful to have that relationship, because we haven't had that modeled to us in the past. And so at this level, we're able to really get into the roots of emotional eating, and it helps us to take action forward so we can implement those things that we are not able to necessarily, or we feel afraid of, or where there's resistance, we can integrate that resistance as well. And so this is so powerful to help you move forward in your emotional eating. And so, this is really the key that I see missing. There are a lot of pieces missing, but this is one of the huge keys that I see missing, because this process that I do with clients, we work in the body, because unprocessed emotions live in the body. And so we need to start feeling safe in our body in order to do this process well. So, if you are in a space where you are ready to move forward and resolve your emotional eating, and this is the missing piece, and you feel called to join the Emotional Eating Evolution program, you can check out more about it below, and you can book in an emotional eating assessment call. And so on this call, we can just see where you're at, where your goals are, and if the program can really support you in getting there. So, and also if you have any questions about what I've said, please leave them below. And also please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. I look forward to sharing more with you. I share videos pretty much every week, so please subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.